children. I hope you all are doing well and you all are fine studying and busy with your studies. So let us go through our new chapter, chapter 9, Temperate Grassland. Temperate Grassland. So what is grassland? As the name suggests, grassland is a big, vast area of land covered with grass. Now, why we have to read about grassland? Okay, about cultivation, about paddy we have to read. We have to read about wheat. We have to read about other cultivation. But why we have to read about grassland? We'll know in this chapter. So, in this chapter we are going to read what are temperate grasslands and where are they found. We'll read about plant life and wildlife of temperate grasslands, and then we will read a case study of North American grassland. In the previous chapter we read about the rainforest and a case study we did about DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and here we will read a case study about North America. Children, today we are going to learn about the temperate grassland. Temperate grassland is one of the important biomes for our survival. It also manages the climate of the earth, manages the climate of the place. Now your question will be, what is biome? Biome is the living thing in an area. It includes both plants and animals. Now, this temperate grassland, grasslands cover nearly 1/5 of the planet, and it is recognized by the tall grasses and because this region is very fertile. This temperate zone is characterized by tall grass and by very fertile soil. And in this video ahead, we are going to learn about the grasslands which are known by different names all over the world. So children, the area from Tropic of Capricorn till the Arctic Circle, this area is temperate grassland, and from the Tropic of Capricorn till the frigid zone, here till the Antarctic, this area are the temperate grassland. So we'll read about, because this area is not very hot here, so let us read about these grasslands.
Temperate grasslands of the world are located between 23.5 degrees north of the Tropic of Cancer and 23.5 degrees south of the Tropic of Capricorn. This temperate zone is characterized by tall grass and very fertile soil. It extends till Arctic Circle in the north and Antarctic Circle in the south from the tropical zones. It covers more than 1/5 of the Earth's landmass. The grasslands have different names in different countries. In Asia, it is named as steppes. In Europe, also steppes. In North America, it is named as prairies. In South America, it is known as pampas. In South Africa, it is known as veld. And in Australia, it is known as downs.
So children, there are various names for the grassland. Here in Asia, it is known as steppes. In Europe, also it is known as steppes. In North America, it is known as prairies. In South America, it is known as pampas. Whereas in Australia, it is known as downs. In South Africa, It is known as velds. It is known as velds. So these are the names of various grassland in various continents. Now we will read about these grasslands in detail.
The world's largest steppe region, often referred to as the Great Steppe, is found in the Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Summers are mild and winters are cold. The land is dry, mostly treeless, rather level and covered with grass in most regions. Large stretches of grassland in South America are called pampas. They are considered as one of the main agricultural areas of South America. In addition to cattle, grazing, and wheat farming, pampas also have vineyards. Vineyards means big orchards growing grapes. Summers are warm from December to March, and winters are mild from June to September. The climate of pampas is warm and temperate. June is a very dry month here. By the middle of the 20th century, nearly all the North American prairie grassland were destroyed due to extensive farming. A flat area covered in grass or low shrub, especially in countries of South Africa, are called velds. Summer is hot from November to March, and winter is mild from May to September. Downs in Australia are relatively small grasslands located in the continent. Summers and winters are mild in Australia. In the middle of North America, there are vast stretches of land which are covered with grasses and colorful wildflowers. The early Europeans called them rolling plains of grass. Temperate grasslands are known as prairies in North America. The word prairie comes from the French word for a meadow grazed by cattle, located in the northern hemisphere. These grasslands extend to the west and south of Canada. The two rivers located in the prairies are Mississippi and Missouri.
So these were the grasslands of various continents, and about the rest of it we will learn in So children, coming to this part of the video, let us read about, we were continuing with the temperate grasslands. Now let us have a case study of North America. I have told you in the earlier part of the video, in the previous video, that we are going to learn about North America. In the earlier chapters we had read about DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. So here we are going to learn about the North America.
The climate in prairies is extreme. Summers are very hot and winters are very cold. As one moves from the east to the west, the rainfall decreases. It is the driest in the central parts. Occasionally, there are warm winds in winter called the Chinook, which helps the snow melt and make grazing possible for animals. Mostly, grasses growing in the region have deep root systems to keep the soil from blowing away. Grasses are the main vegetation here. Few shrubs and trees like willows, alders, and poplars grow in the region. Occasional fires, seasonal drought, and grazing by large animals prevent woody trees and shrubs from getting established. These areas are suitable for cattle rearing. Large cattle farms called ranches are looked after by men. They are called cowboys or animal herders. The presence of rivers Mississippi and Missouri is a blessing for the farmers as a source of water for irrigation. This region is called the breadbasket of the world and is ideal for growing wheat. It is the major crop of this area, also called as spring wheat. Other crops including potatoes, soybean, cotton, and alfalfa are also grown here. The soil in the prairies is very fertile. When the plant roots die, they decompose and help make the soil fertile. There are two seasons in the temperate grassland: the growing season and the dormant season.
grassland of North America is known as the prairies. So, the prairies in North America, the climate of prairies is very extreme. It is very, very hot during the summer and it is very, very cold during the winter. Occasionally, a very nice warm wind called Chinook, it blows during the winter. The Chinook, and then it melts the snow. Here in the climate, Chinook, remember that. It blows and then it melts the snow and small grasses are visible and the animals, they are dependent on this grass for food. So it makes the warm wind, the Chinook makes the life little comfortable during the extreme cold in North America. Coming to the plant life of North America, two major rivers are there, Mississippi River and Missouri River. These rivers provide water to the grassland of the prairies. But you cannot find big tall trees or big shrubs and all because there are ranches. Ranches means big farms where the cowboys, you must have seen the cowboys image with jeans and with hat and all. In these ranches, you have a innumerable number of cows and buffaloes and oxes, and these cattle, they graze. So occasionally these temperate grassland or these prairies, it has drought. So during that period, the cattle graze everything and they don't allow the shrubs or trees to grow. There is two seasons in prairies. One is the growing season, another is the dormant season. Growing season means where the plants grow little substantially when they grow to the height of these and all, and other is dormant because of the extreme climate, they don't grow. How much they are there, they leave that much only. The size they have grown, they stop at that size only. They are living but they don't die, but it is dormant season because of the extreme climate, they remain as it is. So this is the plant life. We have a number of plants because crops are also grown in the prairies. It is potatoes, soybean, cotton, alfalfa and all. And because it is very much fertile and it is wheat is grown considerably. You must have seen in television and all, or Geography channel you will see big. In the video I will show you that you have seen in the video or that one, that you will see that this area prairies is known as the bread basket of the world because it provides wheat, it supplies wheat to all over the world.
In the North American prairies, the dominant grazing animals are bison and pronghorn or antelope. Rodents include pocket gophers and prairie dogs. Carnivores include wolves, coyotes, swift foxes, badgers, and black-footed ferrets. Birds include grouses, meadowlarks, quails, sparrows, hawks, and owls. The American buffalo is the most important animal of this region. It nearly became extinct due to hunting, but it is now a protected species. The prairie dog is not a dog but a rodent. You have seen the picture of prairie dog in the early part of the video.
now we are going to learn about the wildlife of prairies. So a number of animals are found. Wildlife is there everywhere throughout the world. Wherever trees are there, wherever land is there, wildlife is also there. In the book you see, we can find the prairie dogs, carnivores, animals including wolves, coyotes, swift foxes, badgers, black-footed ferrets. Birds are like meadowlarks, grouses, quails. I have attached all the animals and birds pictures so that it will be easier for you, because these online classes have given us an opportunity to show you everything visually. You can see everything. This was not possible. Okay, it is very tiresome and very much effort taking, but in the class just you must have learned the words, but here you can visually have a picture of these animals and birds, and you can visually see the chapter in your online classes. So I have attached everything, you can find it.
The farms on the prairies are stretched over vast acres of land. These farms often have homesteads where the farmers and their families stay. There are sheds for cattle. Wheat is grown with the use of latest machines and implements. All steps involved in agriculture, such as plowing, sowing, harvesting, threshing, and winnowing, are done by these farm machines. The storing of harvesting, the storing of grains in silos is done with machines. The people of this region are very hardworking. They have successfully harnessed technology to utilize their rich natural resources.
Children, our next topic is life of the people of prairies. Mostly because prairies is a cultivable land. I told you it is known as the breadbasket because it cultivates mostly wheat. Mostly farmers reside here, and their daily life is around the agricultural processes. Cultivating, sowing, winnowing with implements. Earlier they were using traditional implements. Nowadays they are using tractors, threshers. They are using the threshing machines and all. They are using the combine, reapers, all sorts of modern technology they are using, and they are cultivating. And because one nice aspect of the cultivation in prairies, you will see, in India when we cultivate, we have the banks, small banks on the our field. Suppose my field is there, it is demarcated by small tiny bank like, so that it looks like a tray. But here you will not find the edges of the fields. It is just like a playground, and it is for the agricultural implements like tractors and all, for easy working for these implements. And all the life of the people, they surround, it is the life of the people of the prairies is mostly involved in agricultural processes. So thus we come to the end of this chapter. Nowadays they have harnessed technology. Even the solar driven implements are used. Even technologically, you will see all the technological ahead they are using there, and the technology comes here when it becomes primitive there. So we should also try to implement that things so that it will increase our yield. It will increase the amount of agricultural produce, and then these technologies and these things add to the progress of the nation and prosperity of the people in the nation. Thus we finish this.